Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Polygyny. I'm Ray.
I'm Prince.
And on this channel, we discuss polygyny and relationships in general. We encourage, uplift, and support people who are involved in this lifestyle and people who have a genuine curiosity about this lifestyle. We will not debate or go back and forth with you because this is a lifestyle that we chose for our family. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing what polygyny has done for our relationship.
So for me, it reminded me how beautiful my wife is. Not just her looks. Not just her looks, but just how beautiful she is as a person. Because going through this whole journey, practicing polygyny, it's been about 4.5, going on 5 years, and she has grown in ways I thought I would never see. Just anytime we were courting anyone, like courting someone else, she at first it kind of bothered her a little bit, naturally. But after a while, I feel like she took on like a role of trying to like make this person feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she took on a whole different role. And it just, it's just beautiful to see her do that, to see her growth. And it just, it just really reminded me how beautiful she is as a person. What do you think about that? Like,
I appreciate that. I think things have changed a little bit. I am taking the role on being more of a, just making the other person feel comfortable rather than focusing on myself. So, yeah.
But it is important to, also focus on yourself and your feelings.
Of course.
And let your feelings be known.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother, I wanted to say something, but that's a whole nother point that you have that you wanted to talk about. So I'll wait till you get there.
Right. It has also taught me to be patient and have compassion. Mm-hmm. As far as patience, it's a natural thing in, relationships, especially this kind of relationship for, thoughts and jealousy and, all the emotions that go, that happen.
Yeah.
And the patience comes in when you have to constantly remind, your wife, or if you're practicing another form of polygamy,
right.
your husband, mm-hmm. that, I've been here before all this, I'm gonna be here afterwards.
Right.
We have our boundaries and, that we have put out there that we abide by. And, I'm here for you. And, just working with your partner through that. As a man, that is your job. That is your duty. You have to walk your partner and not like, you can't be annoyed. Like you can't, oh my gosh, again. Oh, here we go. I thought I told you yesterday. No, that's not, right. You can't be like that, Yeah. So like, just take your time, be patient, show compassion. Mm-hmm. You have to realize what this person is going through. Because as a man, now we don't practice this, but I wouldn't be able to do, polyandry?
Yes.
Polyandry, where a woman has 2 husbands.
Right. Like and that's what I used to say, like, how would you feel,
Yeah, but, like, me as the type of man, now there's men that can do it, I know. Right. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
I'll probably run all over another man, like if he's in the house with it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all.
Right.
But yeah, so just putting yourself in that mind frame, right? Like, mm-hmm. How would I want to be treated?
Right.
If I was going through something like that. And when you think about that, that's how you should treat your partner. Yeah. Do unto others as you want done to yourself.
That's a good rule to go by.
The next thing I learned is that you do not have to love everyone the same. Like, there's a lot of pressure. Like, people think that, oh, how can you possibly love 2 different women? Or how could a woman that's practicing polyandry love 2 different men? Like, that's not possible, right? Everyone will tell you that's not possible, mm-hmm. But it is. What's not possible, or I can't say possible, what's not natural, mm-hmm. is to love everyone the exact same way. Mm-hmm. To give you a little insight into, a little background about our relationship, like we have 8 children, 8, mm-hmm. and I do not love all 8 of my children the exact same way. I love them all dearly, and I'll do anything for them. I'll provide for them. You know, if they ever needed me to talk to me, I do it all. Show up to the school, you know what I mean? Take them to the hospital, and we have one that's a wrecking ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I love him for that.
Right.
Like that, he's different from all the other kids. Like out of all the kids, he's gonna be the one with the broken bones.
And then we have some kids who feel more loved when they're touched, like when they're hugged and when they're cuddled. And then there's other kids who don't feel love that way. So you have to express them. You have to express love for them differently.
I have a son that is we have a son that's a bookworm.
Right.
Right? So like me taking him out throwing a football with him is not how he's gonna feel loved.
Right.
He's not gonna feel loved by me roughhousing and all the other stuff with him, right? He's not gonna feel loved by me like holding him and all the other stuff. You know what he wants? He wants me to go take him to Barnes and Nobles and sit down and read a book with him. Like that makes him feel loved, and go get a frappe or something.
Or like he's able to tell you about the book or what's going on, and he's so excited. And
I don't care about these books.
Right.
None of I don't care about.
Because he's like an anime type.
Yeah, he likes anime and all. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
But that's how he feels love, is when you sit down and listen to him and talk to him about these things. So when it came to my wives, they were not loved the same. They were both loved and loved equally, but not the same.
Oh, that's good.
So, like, a lot of, like, you just got to get that out of your mind. Like, you're not, it's not natural.
Right.
And at that point, like, the more you try to do something like that in this kind of relationship, the more unnatural it's going to feel. It's not going to feel right to anyone, really, you know what I mean? And that you make things, you turn it into a chore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with my wives, like, I don't take one because I took you on this date. Now I'm going to take you over here. I'm going to take the other one here on this date. That's not what we did. So, you know, but we both went nice places, and sometimes we may go to the same places, but like, and even for the women, I would say, like, at that point you're searching, like you're fishing for something. If you're gonna be that anal about, oh well, you took her over here to this place, and oh well, that means that's our next date too. Like we gotta, like, no, like just let things happen natural. Let things happen, and I don't want to say all men, because you know we know there's some jacked up dudes out there, but you know a lot of guys in this position, they will be, you know, they'll make sure everyone gets their time and you know gets treated right. A lot of guys, and that's that on that. Right. Another thing practicing polygyny has done for me, it definitely kept me on point, and it keeps me on point still. I said kept like it's the past tense, right? But no, it keeps me on point. Like there's no slacking. Like, you know, there's no time for that. Same thing, like when I got into my marriage with Ray, like when I met her, it gave me, like, it's different when I was single. I could do certain things and be lackadaisical about others. But, you know, now that I'm a married man, I got to be on point with a lot of different things. You know what I mean? I got to, you know, you got to be focused, honed in. You got to see, with a lot of women, you got to have a plan. Like, they want to know, what is the plan? Are we just out here going in? What is the plan? You got to give them a whole itinerary, damn near.
Yeah, I need the plan.
Like, she needs the plan.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Now, every woman doesn't need the plan. This woman right here, she wants to know what the plan is. Like, we're not just doing things just to do them. You're not going to just run around here. Like, she needs to know why you're doing these things, right?
Because if not, then you're wasting time.
Yeah, but for the most part, you know, she lets me rock out, and I haven't led us astray.
Right.
And, you know, she rides. So that is another thing that's done for me. It just keeps me being on point. There ain't no slacking. Now you have two wives to provide for. Right. And when I mean provide, a lot of people also think that because you're a man in a relationship, that you have to be the sole provider. To be the provider means being the sole provider. And that's not the case. Right. Yeah, that's just not the case. You know, like it can look like whatever you want it to look like. If you have 4 people in your relationship, everyone can work. One person can stay home with the children. 2 people can stay home. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And don't let anyone tell you it has to be a certain way, because it doesn't. Right. It's what works best for you. One of the biggest things that really touched me throughout this whole journey that we've been on for the past 4.5 years was when you, my wife, right here, when she expressed herself to me, like she expressed her love to me. And you would think like, oh, you've been together for like 9 years, she never expressed. It was different, put it that way. It was different. Like she looked me right, like she looked right dead in my eye and said, I love you so much, and I don't know what I would do if I were to ever lose you. And I've never heard those words from her before. Like I've never heard it. And when she said that to me, it just did something, you know, it did something to my heart. Like it did something to me that day. And, you know, I was proud. Like there was nothing bad that could ever happen that would have threw my day off for the next. I'm still flying high on that. You know what I mean? So
I just think that it's hard. It's, you know, everybody's different. It's hard for me to express myself. It just is. And I never wanted to be in a situation where I felt vulnerable or where I felt like I really felt like I don't know what I would do. Because I don't think I've ever been in that situation. I don't think I've ever loved anybody as much as I loved you. As much as I love you. So I think that it's scary sometimes. So yeah, at that point, I thought it was important for you to know. So.
Well, you know, it definitely, you know, it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I'm usually like, I'm a man, I'm the kind of man, like, words don't really move me too much. Like, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to just sit there and look at you and, yeah, okay. But, like, that really did something to me. It touched me. And it also put something on me, like, how could you do something to someone that feels that way about you that just confessed that to you?
Right.
Like, how could you do them wrong? How could you do them harm any kind of way? Right. And I never have, and I won't. But it just put that in me, like, you have to protect that now.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And, you know, that's a good thing, you know. I'll get into the whole grand scheme of things later, but that was big for me.
So for me, one thing that it has taught me or that has helped me to do is look in the mirror at myself. I think we live in a society where we're told we're supposed to be selfish and we're supposed to only think about ourselves. But when you're in a situation like this, you can't be. And this situation will really help you look at yourself and see all the nastiness that you have inside of you. And you're either going to fix it or you're not. And that means you're going to be able to do polygyny or you're not going to be able to do polygyny, because when you're selfish and you're only thinking about yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to practice it, because it's a family thing. It's not oh, well, let me do what I have to do so I can get ahead. It's, you know, all about your family. So that's one of the things that helped me do. Another thing it has helped me do is, and when you brought this up about me telling you how much I loved you, it was because over the last couple of years, I've seen my husband actually, he's always done this, but it really hit me, like, he is who he says he is. When he tells me he's going to take care of us, that's what he does. When he tells me he loves me, it's not just words to him, it's actions. So he shows me that he loves me. He doesn't just tell me. So that's why I felt comfortable, and I was able to be vulnerable with him and express to him how much I loved him, because he has shown me he is who he says he's going to be, you know? He's not lying. He's not making it's not a facade. It's not fake. It is what it is. So when he says he's going to do, or says he is who he is, that's who he is. And that's why I was able to express that to you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, I hate that word.
I know.
And I feel like we use that all the time.
We'll get better at it.
Yeah. Earlier, when Prince said about me thinking more about the other person, at first I thought it was all about me. Like, somebody's coming into my relationship. This is my house. This is what I have going on, and they just got to fit in, right? So over time, I've become more. I think about the other person more, not just myself, because I didn't realize that they're also going to be going through things as well. So they're already going to feel like, you know, me and him already have a union and already have a bond, right? So they're already going to feel like maybe they can't compete with what we have. They're also going to feel maybe left out because of what we have. So I try to think about how they would feel and how I would want the relationship to go if I was coming into a situation like this. So that's what made me think more of how they feel and not just myself.
And to add on to that, that's something that we actually had to deal with, right? Where another person, our last wife that we had, it was towards the beginning. She just expressed how, she was upset, and not upset in like a yelling and screaming, but she was like a little, she was upset. She was crying, and I was trying to figure out what's going on. And she expressed in front of both of us that she felt like she can't compete with our relationship, because the one thing about me and Ray, our marriage is not like a lot of marriages that I've seen. I'm not saying there's none out there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of great marriages, but it's not like anything that I've seen. It's not a chore to come home to my wife and to hang out with my wife and to date her and to go do things with her and do family. That's not a chore to me. I love it. I could be around her every day, all day.
Right.
We run businesses together, multiple businesses, and we do this together, podcasts and YouTube channel and all that other stuff. And I could be around her all day, every day. You know what I mean? I love it. So our relationship is more like, we're married, but it's more like a friendship than anything. Yeah. This is my best friend.
Yeah.
And that's why this stuff like this is so easy to me. I'm not a camera person. I don't like being behind the camera.
Me either.
I don't like being out there like that. That's not who I am.
It's really not.
It makes it easier because I'm doing it with my wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? With my best friend. So she just felt like she couldn't compete with what we already had. And we just reminded her yo, you build your own relationship with me and with Ray. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to, you're not going to be able to compete with that. We build our own relationship.
And this took a lot of time and a lot of work.
It took a lot of time and a lot of work.
So, it just comes with time.
We were able to get there. Yep.
It just comes with time. Another thing polygyny will do and has done is make you a better woman. So I know this sounds crazy, but when you have another woman coming into your space, it's automatic competition. It doesn't have to be bad competition, right? So she cooked this meal for my man and he's like, this is so good, right? Okay, I got you. Watch the next time I get in that kitchen, right? So it's not like a nasty competition. It's just like, okay, so I gotta step my game up. You understand what I'm saying? She's doing this and this and that, so now I gotta step my game up. So that's what it will do, and that's what it has done. And the last thing, and I think the most important thing, is it brought us closer together. And I swore to God, after a little while of this going on, I was like, this is gonna tear us apart. This isn't gonna work. I'm like, I don't know why I brought this up. Everybody told me I was crazy. I think I might have been crazy after a little bit, but over time, it has definitely brought us closer, and I appreciate that, and I love that.
And I feel the same way. I feel like it definitely brought us closer. Like I said earlier, just seeing your spouse, seeing your partner, this is modern polygyny, but we are speaking about our situation, but there could be people out there that want to do polyandry or something else, right? And that's your thing, and we're cool with that. But saying that to say this, this could be beautiful. It doesn't have to be like a hard story. It doesn't have to be like, it could be beautiful if done the proper way, if everyone puts in the work. And a lot of people, they don't even want to talk about polygamy at all. It's like a
cuss word.
It's like a trigger for a lot of people.
Right. I don't understand why.
But here goes the thing: a lot of people don't want to put in the work in a monogamous relationship. Right? The monogamous relationship, I don't want to say it was easy, but it was easy. That was easy. That was not hard. I could do that. This was a little bit more challenging because you're dealing with multiple people, multiple personalities, dealing with two women. Take that for what that's worth.
Right.
And, it just requires work. And to see everyone work through that, to see your spouse work through that is beautiful. You know what I mean? I don't mean see them struggle through it. Yeah. But to see them actually put in the work and work things out, there's times where I could actually look and see her working things out in her mind. Like I can see her mind going like, okay.
Like, is she gonna go right or is she gonna go left?
And, you know, I just sit back and watch and I smile, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm always there like, hey, can I help you with anything? Everything good? This and that.
Right.
You know, can we talk? What's up? And, you know, this whole thing could be beautiful.
Yeah. So
we would like to thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. All the love and support we've been getting, the emails, the comments, even the not so good ones. We appreciate it all, you know. But thank you, and please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And check us out in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.